Hi guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about 1BR. So my movie reviews are back. I think the last one that I reviewed was The Invisible Man, which was the last movie that I saw at cinema before all of this started. But I've been watching a lot of movies and yeah, I've just been watching a lot of stuff. Some old movies, some not so old, and some that just came out. And this is one of those movies. This released last month, I think 2 weeks ago, something like that. And I watched the trailer. I got pretty excited about this one. It's an indie movie, so it's either going to be pretty good or pretty bad. But from the trailer, I got a good vibe from it, and yeah, it's one of those things because if it wasn't, I wouldn't really be here talking to you about it. So let's dive into it. So 1BR is about a girl, a young adult girl that moves to LA and she finds her perfect apartment in an apartment building. Like one of those LA thingy. It reminded me a lot of the second season of You. Yeah, she finds her perfect apartment. It's big, it has lovely neighbors. Yeah, it looked like a really amazing thing, but she didn't really think she would be able to get it. But turns out she did, just to find out that the apartment isn't that great. She starts hearing loud noises during the night that keep her awake, and she just notices weird stuff around her. And yeah, I'm going to leave it at that because the reveal of this movie is pretty great. I kind of thought it was what it ended up to be, but it's a bit different, so yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. This movie stars not really known actors such as Nicole Bryden Bloom, Giles Matthew, Taylor Nichols, and Ellen Blumfeld. Uh, this is not the movie that I watched because of the actors, it was because of the plot. Post that, let's get into my thoughts on the movie. So I'm here talking to you about it because I thought it was pretty good. Like, it's a solid Hindi movie that has a pretty good and compelling story, and yeah, it's a kind of low budget, but you don't really feel it. I was really into the story throughout the whole movie, and although it might have some cliche moments or some details that you expect, I think overall it's pretty original. The trailer, as I said before, gave me like a feeling that this movie would be for me, and I was totally right. This is exactly the type of horror movie that I like. It could have a bit more gore, but the gore scenes that it has are pretty good. And yeah, it's one of those movies that the trailer doesn't give anything away, and I'm really happy about that. I tried to keep it as vague as possible as well in the summary of the movie, and if you look for it on Letterboxd, the summary is also pretty good and doesn't give anything away. So yeah, I like that they didn't give you everything in the trailer, and yeah, sometimes they're too explicit with the stuff that is going to happen in the movie, but this isn't the case. Besides the story that I really liked, the performances are also pretty solid. As I said before, these actors aren't really that well known. I feel like I've seen one or two in something, but I couldn't really point out where. And they all do a pretty good job. And the same goes for the cinematography. It's not a really distinctive cinematography, but it has some good moments, some that I really liked, and overall everything is really well made. It's pleasant to watch, like it's a good horror movie in my opinion, and yeah, I recommend you go check it out. But before I end the video, let's get into my scores. So overall I give the movie a 3.5 out of 5. It's not like a 4 because I feel like the cinematography could be a bit more distinctive, and then I would give it a 4 maybe. But as an indie movie, as a low budget film, as a straight to VOD movie, this is pretty good. I really liked it. Cinematography wise, I give it a 3 out of 5. As I said before, it's not that it's bad, but it isn't quite there. Still, it's good. And originality wise, I give it a 3.5 out of 5. I feel like most of the film is original, it's handled in an original way, but it does have some things here and there that are kind of predictable, so it's pretty much original. So yeah guys, these are my thoughts on 1BR. I highly recommend you go check it out, this movie, because it's one of the best ones that I've seen lately that like went straight to VOD. I really enjoyed the whole movie. I wasn't bored one bit, so yeah, please check it out because I don't think a lot of people is talking about this movie, and it should be. It's not like a masterpiece, but it's pretty good. And yeah, if you do end up watching the movie, let me know in the comments what you thought about it, or if you have already seen it, let me know what you thought, if you agree with me. If you don't, let me know why. And yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video.